outcome based on this. Now, in this area, we've already talked about expiry, but we can do more with the tool suite, such as we can look at expiry, we can look at dual expiry, we can look at touch, dual touch, touch and retrace, and touch and expire. Just as a refresher, we're going to talk about expiry first. If I get a trade signal right here, where this arrow is, what is the probability that price is going to expire above the middle line or the ATM at the money line? What is the probability? Well, it's 49.15%. We know this, and it's happened 470 times. That's how often it's came out. We know that it has won a maximum of 6 times in a row and lost a maximum of 11 times in a row during the course of the 470 signals. That's what we know right now, right up, just by scanning it. Now, that means that every single time price will either expire above this line or below this line. That's for a binary. It means either 1 or 0, nothing in between. Either price expires profitable or it does not. That's what expiry is. Let's look at the next one though. Actually, I'm going to skip dual expiry. I'm going to go down to touch really quick. Let's look at touch. Now this is going to dramatically change these probabilities right here. Now notice you have no ATM probability. The reason is the tool suite is counting how often price touches an area. For instance, for a profit target or maybe a stop loss. Like right now, I know that I have a 74.26% probability that when price opens right here in the middle and gives me a signal, it's going to come up and touch the very first OTM line. I know that because it tells me that it's been calculated. It's happened 470 times. And how often has it happened and won, or how often has the signal came out and it has lost? Well, 19 times in a row the signal has came out and it's touched the line. 4 times in a row the signal has came out and it has not touched the line. This has happened within the past 470 signals. Now let's look behind the arrow. Since this arrow is pointing up, the signals that we want to win are the ones that are in front of the arrow. But what about for stop losses and things like that? Or for in the money binaries? We can go behind the arrow. Let me draw a little picture here. Here's a little graphic. You see this up arrow? Okay, I know that 74% of the time when I get this arrow, price is going to go up and touch this area. Well, we don't know that it's going to do that in the future. We know that that's what it has done in the past. We also know that it has a 25% probability of not doing that at all, of not even touching this line. Now, this white line corresponds with an ATM at the money line that does not exist on touches because it can't. I mean, price has to move instead of just sit there like in a binary to make money. So, okay, so that's what that white line is for. Get rid of that. Now, how often does the trade lose? What happens? How often does does a signal come out and price just reverse and touch the in the money line, or say 10 pips below there? Well, it happens 76% of the time. Wait. So are you telling me that it goes against the signal more often than it goes for the signal? Yes, that's what I'm telling you. No big thing. I mean, it's not like, oh wow, this is crazy. No, it happens a lot like that. Most signals that you see online don't work. And you know how often they don't work by looking at the tool suite. So we have went over 2 types of scenarios. We went over expiries and we have went over touches. If you do know if you understand these concepts so far, you can move on. If you don't understand these concepts, I want you to stop the videos, rewind, and go through them again.